Big news. You know, this story coming out of Poland is actually a lot bigger than it looks at first glance. Poland has now stripped Volodymyr Zelensky of the Order of the White Eagle, which is the highest honor the Polish state can award. And the reason is that Zelensky approved the naming of a Ukrainian military unit after the Ukrainian Insurgent Army, the UPA. Now, for a lot of people outside Eastern Europe, that might not sound like a big deal, but in Poland, it absolutely is. The UPA is remembered not as a symbol of national resistance, but as a force responsible for the massacre of tens of thousands of Polish civilians during World War II, particularly during the Volhynia massacres. These events are still deeply embedded in Polish historical memory. Many Polish families still carry that history with them today. What makes this so significant is that Poland has been one of Ukraine's strongest supporters since the war with Russia began. Poland has provided military assistance, financial support, political backing, and has welcomed millions of Ukrainian refugees. And yet, despite all of that, Kyiv continues to embrace historical narratives that many Poles see as glorifying people connected to some of the darkest chapters of Polish history. From the Ukrainian side, officials argue that no foreign government has the right to dictate Ukrainian history. They say these are national heroes who fought for Ukrainian independence. But this isn't just a debate about history anymore. Public support for Ukraine inside Poland has already been under pressure because of refugee issues, economic disputes, and long-standing historical grievances. Even people who support Ukraine's war effort have criticized this decision. What we're seeing here is a growing disconnect between Ukraine's political leadership and the concerns of some of its closest allies. Many Ukrainians view these historical figures through the lens of national resistance and independence. Many Poles view the same figures through the lens of mass murder and ethnic cleansing. Those two positions are becoming increasingly difficult to reconcile. And that's the real problem. When a country depends heavily on foreign military, economic, and diplomatic support, symbolism matters. Historical memory matters, relationships matter. If Kyiv continues to prioritize nationalist symbolism over political pragmatism, it risks damaging relationships with countries that have been absolutely essential to Ukraine's position since the war began. And whether people agree with that assessment or not, the reality is simple. Allies can tolerate disagreements, but they rarely appreciate being asked to ignore their own historical wounds. This dispute isn't really about a medal. It's about memory, identity, and whether Ukraine's leaders fully understand how their decisions are being perceived by some of the very countries they rely on most.